Hi, I'm Chris Patterson, and I was asked to give my story on what I've been diagnosed with. I suffer from a rare condition called Debarquement syndrome. There's an acronym out there, MdDs, that you'll see that's associated with Debarquement. It's also known as Debarquement syndrome. You might have already seen my raise awareness video for Debarquement syndrome. This is just my personal story. I'm 44 years old. I'm a mom of four. I work full time. I have the side business, my health wellness business that I do. And a year ago, the first week of November, I went on a sailing trip in the French West Indies with friends aboard a 45-foot catamaran. This is the third sailing trip I had done on same kind of boat, different waters, but same principle. First day out, I got really ill, motion sickness. The rest of the trip, I didn't, feel quite right, but I just pushed through and thought, well, the water was a little rougher and just dealt with it. Came back, and November was a very busy month for us, and just was very exhausted, very tired, started having dizzy spells, just really didn't pay close attention to it, kept pushing through. And then by December 4th, I couldn't get out of bed. The room was spinning, rocking, swaying, migraine headaches, just extreme exhaustion, extreme fatigue. I did not know what was going on. They did MRIs, all kinds of hearing tests, you name it, ENT. I ended up by January to IU Med Center, where I saw a neuroontologist, which is a combination of a neurologist and an ENT, and he diagnosed me with the Debarquement syndrome. Debarquement syndrome, there is no cure. It's a wide array of symptoms. You have cognitive issues, confusion, memory loss, problem finding words, the migraines, as I mentioned, neck pain, dizziness, swaying, bobbing, rocking, panic attacks, anxiety, and just like a kind of a leaning, or you feel like there's a gravitational pull. When you walk across the room, you feel like you're walking on a trampoline. Things just look odd to you. You think you see things moving and they're not. The only time I feel normal is when I'm driving, which is really weird. Not so much when I'm a passenger. A lot of times I like to drive. It makes a big difference for me. Any kind of sudden movements, long hallways and close spaces, things that are just extra busy, going to stores really bother me. Lighting bothers me. Being on computers for long periods of time bother me. Our whole life has been turned upside down for the past year, trying to figure out what to do. Initially, when I got this, I was down all of December and January, and then February I started getting better, and then March, April, May, and June, vast improvement. I'd say I was 85 to 90% better until about July or August, and it started coming back. And when it came back, I had new symptoms. My face started going numb. My right hand went numb. Had severe neck pain this time, and knew what all was happening. It was all coming back, and I really had denied that I had MdDs. I never told anybody really that much. Didn't talk about it because I just figured, well, it wasn't me. Wrong diagnosis. So it became very real. Started going through all the same tests again. They look for brain tumors. They look for MS. A lot of talk about MS. A lot of other vestibular diseases. There's a lot of diseases out there that mirror and that match these symptoms. And so trying MdDs, there's no, oh, take the MdDs test. It's a process of elimination of a lot of things. So a lot of poking, prodding, and shocking. Yes, I was shocked. And to come back to square one, yeah, you've got MdDs. So here we are. It's December 2014, and it's back with a vengeance. I'm still working, barely, trying to hang on. I do have hope. I am a devout Christian, and I believe God's going to bring me and my family through this. We have an appointment to see a specialist at Mount Sinai in March in New York City. It's a study, so it's not covered by insurance. It's a trial that this doctor has been doing with around 70 to 75% success rate. Still not a cure, but people are leaving there and they feel like they have their life back. So I'm really excited about it. I appreciate the prayers and the concern and people, the kind comments. I have not been real forward or open about this, especially on Facebook, because I do have a health wellness business and I just didn't want to talk about it. And I now understand and realize that I can help more people and open up more doors for maybe people who have the same symptoms. And already since my post yesterday, I have over 300 views, and I've had 2 people contact me saying I have those same symptoms, which really makes me want to cry, because if somebody's out there suffering and they don't know what's going on and they don't see the right doctors to figure it out, they just feel very alone. And I just want, if there's anyone out there that sees this, that suffers from something like this, just know you're not alone. You're never alone. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking an interest in my story, and I pray health and wellness for you and your family in 2015.